Today, July 26th, 2025, marks the 169th anniversary of the birth of George Bernard Shaw, a titan of English literature and a figure whose wit, intellect, and relentless social commentary profoundly shaped the cultural landscape of the late 19th and early 20th centuries. Born in Dublin, Ireland in 1856, Shaw's life spanned an era of immense societal change, and he, in turn, became one of its most articulate and provocative critics. His influence extended far beyond the stage, touching politics, philosophy, and public discourse, leaving an indelible mark that continues to resonate today. Shaw's early life was marked by financial struggles and a challenging family dynamic. His father's alcoholism and his mother's artistic aspirations provided a backdrop against which the young Shaw developed a fierce independence and a keen observational eye. Moving to London in 1876, he initially struggled to establish himself, working as a critic and writing novels that met with limited success. However, his intellectual curiosity led him to voraciously consume literature and engage with the burgeoning socialist movements of the time. A pivotal moment in Shaw's intellectual development was his involvement with the Fabian Society, a socialist organization advocating for gradual, democratic social reform. This affiliation solidified his commitment to social justice and provided a platform for him to articulate his critiques of capitalism, inequality, and societal hypocrisy. His plays, rather than merely entertaining, became vehicles for dissecting contemporary issues, urging audiences to engage in intellectual and moral reflection. Shaw's distinct style, characterized by sharp wit, provocative dialogue, and biting satire, set him apart from his contemporaries. He masterfully blended comedy with serious social critique, creating what came to be known as the, quote, drama of ideas. Plays like Arms and the Man, 1894, Major Barbara, 1905, and his most famous work, Pygmalion, 1913, are prime examples of his genius. In these works, he tackled themes of class disparity, gender equality, the ethics of war, and the complexities of morality, often subverting traditional heroic narratives and challenging established norms. Beyond his groundbreaking plays, Shaw was a prolific essayist and critic. His prefaces to his plays, often longer than the plays themselves, offered extensive philosophical and political discussions, further solidifying his role as a public intellectual. He believed it was the moral obligation of a dramatist to address the social issues of the day, and he used his pen as a formidable weapon against what he saw as the absurdities and injustices of society. Shaw's impact on literature and theater is immense. He revitalized English drama, which had been considered weak in the 19th century compared to poetry and novels. Inspired by Henrik Ibsen, he introduced a new realism to the stage, moving away from sentimental melodrama to a more intellectual and challenging form of theater. His focus on social themes, realistic settings, and engaging dialogue laid the groundwork for much of 20th century drama. He demonstrated that plays could be powerful platforms for intellectual discourse, influencing generations of playwrights and writers who followed. In 1925, George Bernard Shaw was awarded the Nobel Prize in Literature for his work, which is marked by both idealism and humanity, its stimulating satire often being infused with a singular poetic beauty. This accolade solidified his place among the literary giants of his time. He continued to write prolifically until his death in 1950 at the age of 94, leaving behind a vast body of work that continues to be studied, performed, and debated worldwide. George Bernard Shaw's legacy is not merely in the volume of his output, but in the profound way he challenged the status quo and encouraged critical thinking. His plays remain relevant because the human foibles and societal issues he so incisively explored, from class structures to gender roles, from the nature of poverty to the ethics of power, are still central to our contemporary experience. On this anniversary of his birth, we remember a playwright who was not afraid to speak truth, to power, to provoke, and to entertain, all while urging us to question the world around us. His sharp mind and even sharper tongue continue to inspire, provoke, and illuminate.